How are you doing today?
Hello, Scrappy Boy, QT Designs. Hope you like it.
My husband, if you haven't watched one of my lives, he is my savior when it comes to anything electronic. He is the master. So today, I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to go over. It's so important when we have what we have in our stash, and not just stamps, but dies too. We want to be able to create those cute cards with the cute borders. And I just kind of want to focus on that. It's going to be a quick live today, but I am going to give you some tips and tricks at the end just to show you how you can extend the use of your card basic dies. So, the first one we're going to start out with, I'm just going to go through a brief introduction of what Scrappy Boy has now. Um, Hint, they are coming out with more. So, yay! I'm so excited. So, I'll be doing a live over those too, just because I feel like they're an important staple in your collection. And I really think that the little small details make a big difference in your cards. You'll have to excuse me. We been out in the sun all day. I took my daughter. Happy Pride Week, or Pride Month. We had our Indie Pride downtown, so we took her and we had so much fun. It was great. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you here. I'm going to bring it up to the camera a little bit. You can see the detail. Fabulous, good quality, sturdy. Love it. This is the I have marked out for a reason. This is the Scalloped Edge Slimline dies. So it comes with two, three, six, eight. So it comes with eight frames, and it's your standard slimline, large slimline dies, and let me show you. Well, let's go through them. What here? We'll do this. So let me move these out the way so we can have a side by side. So what I did, so you can see the contrast and the sizes, is I cut out every other black and white so you can see. Like, honestly, this would be this could be a good card with your sentiment if you really wanted to get make your sentiment the story. I mean, it's adorable. I love the scalloped edges. I just think it's fabulous. I'm going to show you a couple cards that I did use the scallops for. So some of the things, and I'll actually do these for you. But some of the tips, as you can see right here on the very top, when you have a long sentiment, let's say from our hello everyone, you have best friends are hard to find, and the very best one is already mine. That is a big long sentiment. Now, so if you're like me and you're frugal and you don't have you have a medium size stash, this is going to be perfect for me, and for a sentiment strip. And all I need to do, and I'll show you this at the very end, is I'll show you how I can cut this short, but with the same design on the very end. Some of you already may know how to do it. That's great. You are one step ahead. But this way you can extend, not only is this for the base of your card, you can use it for sentiments. And, like I said, if you need a thicker one, you can go thicker, but we can still cut it short. So that's what I mean by extending it. Most people stay with their 2 layers here, but I tend to want to use mine for a lot of different things. Also, another thing with having different layers is this card that I made. I wanted a frame. So what I did is I put this outer layer and the second one and put them together, and which made a frame. It had the scalloped on the outside and then the stitching. Let's see, hold it up, and then it had the scalloped on the inside. There's your frame. So that's another way you can extend your frames or your card base. I mean, it just as long, if you can think it, it can do it. So that's why I absolutely love and we'll use these forever. You know, you can even make it bigger. You can actually use cut out. Let's see here. Let me see if I can show you without actually doing it. You can actually come in with the smaller one, and obviously the scallops will be down. Come in and have a big thick frame, and then just have the sentiment. So I mean, there's just so many different ways you can use these, and that's kind of what I have been focusing on. I have all these stamps, but I really want the card base and to make different types of cards than your normal cards. So hello, someone's joined us. If you have any questions, even if you're watching this in the rerun, please type them below. I can get back to you and answer any questions that you may have. You can feel free to message me. I'm always available if you have any questions. But hopefully I'll answer them in this live when we keep going here. So this is the card. This is the Scallop Slimline Card Basics die. And then the next one we're going to look at here is the same, but in the A2. So it has the stitching and then it has the scallops. I just think, you know, the stitching is what pops it off, and especially with the scallops. Now here you get a little bit more, and this is what I love about the A2 and the Card Basics die. Now if we're really looking at sentiments, I mean, I use this one like all the time. So look in this card. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. So let me show you get excited. So this is all these cut out in black and white. This is literally a stack full. So, I mean, we are talking a lot of different things that you can use. I see if we cut this, we've got a card frame, which I'll show you. I see, so if we have a card base and we want to focus on a character and a sentiment, we can do that. So it's endless. So some of the examples I want to show you is with the hello everyone. So as you can see here, what I did with this is I actually made a frame. So I used the card or one of the frames, and I cut it short and made the frame, and then I also use this as an outline. So, and I just think it jazzes up the card. I mean, it just makes more interest. And here's another one. Now this one, so I did the opposite. I put it on a flat black base so you could see the scallops. This one I just blended into the background. I just went flat with it, so it gives it a nice, it's just a different look. It's a different look. It's what you're going for. And then here is the third example. So what I did is I took 2 layers and I built one up, but I put it on a, so here what I did is I just put it flat on an A2 card base and then lifted it up, which is this, So I just combined the two, which I think it makes a lot of interest. Plus, it, you know, mermaid, scallops, wavy, you know, word association can go on and on. So the last one I want to show you is, now this is probably one of my favorites. I have had a chance to play with it, but unfortunately it didn't show up in one of my cards. But this is the Wonky Stitched die set. I haven't seen anything out there like this. And let me get a little close. Are we okay? Here we go. So as you can see, there's two stitchings and it goes through. And then you've got some curves in here, some straight, but it adds interest to the card and it frames out the card. So it's not actually cutting, well, here, I'll show you. So I cut those out as well in the black and white. So on here with the black, there's detail, but it doesn't pop like the white. So let's take a look at the white one. So this is what the actual stitching looks like. It's a great frame. Perfect. Perfect. I do have a card that's coming out in the next release that does have this, that you will see. So, yeah, that's probably all I can say about that. But in that card, I did some stenciling, and so you would think it would be kind of hard, but it's not. It's really not. So you'll see how that turned out. But yeah, I love the interest on it. Okay, so, and again with this one, you can use it as a sentiment. Now, one thing you have to pay attention to, I don't know if you can see like the black, but when you're in a small space, it is coming in. So it's not going to be as wide as if you're doing the scallop. So you just need to pay attention to that. It'll probably have to just be like you couldn't use the best friends are hard to find. You'd have to go up one and then cut it, and it still may be too wide. Just depending on your preference, but it probably just have to be a one-liner. That could possibly be long for a sentiment. Hello, everybody. I see a couple other people have joined us. So what I want to show you now is I want to show you that tip and the trick. So, and then I want to show you also, I don't know why I've never thought of this, but I do have to give credit to Marsha. She let me know this, actually we'll get to that right now because I think it's amazing. So one of the things you can do with the slim lines, let's go with the scallop. So one of the things you can do with the slimline is, let's do we'll do black, is you can turn it over, fold it, line the edges up. I don't have my bone folder on me, but let's pretend I do. And I'm going to make a nice crease there. Aha, look what we have. We have a card. There's your card base. You can turn it sideways, up and down. I kind of like it sideways. So you got the flat crease right here. But yeah, there's your card base. And all you had to do was just cut out a slim line. I mean, we can go all the way down. Let's try the smaller white one. Let's go this one. I think a lot of the characters. So again, gonna find your lineup. Now this is the thicker cardstock, so have quick note card on a present. Put a little something on the front. I mean, it's quick. It's quick. It'll be quick. Let's see. We can also do it with the wonky. I don't want to leave out the wonky stitch. And for purposes for the live. This cardstock is thick. I would normally get out my, so please ignore that. Oh, that'd be pretty. Yes. A quick note card. There's the inside. Now you could even cut out two, fold them together, but actually I don't think that looks bad. That looks bad at all. And then there's your back. Okay, so that, my friend, is Marsha's idea. Marsha, who is in our group on our design team and is the design team coordinator. She let me know with that. I was like, I never even thought about that. Okay, so what I want to show you is something I use constantly because I don't have a lot of banners. I honestly don't. I have some, but I feel like the banners are not as thick, and you know, sometimes you want your banner to have a little pizzazz. So, and also on this card, see where I have an amazing day. That's exactly what I did. I used the scallop and I cut it short, which that's what I'm gonna show you now. So that's why I love being able to do this, and if I can pass it on to you, that would be great. So I'm gonna take a piece of white cardstock. I'm gonna throw it in my Misty. We'll just do one of the long ones really quick here. I felt like the dies really needed to have a focus. And honestly, too, when you can get two uses out of one or even more, because with these, you can make rectangles. You can do the same thing I'm about to show you. You can do with any die, with any Card Basics die. So all you have to do is just line it up, and you can have rectangles. You just move your stash further. Okay, so let's get this stamped up real quick, and I will show you what I am talking about. Now this is really juicy ink, so I'm not sure how this will turn out. Really. Yeah, I kind of figured. I was trying to let it dry out. Let's try it one more time. Just a little bit. Didn't even push that hard. Okay. All right. So we have our sentiment, and what I am going to do is set this aside. I am going to get I'm going to work with the scallops. I am going to, let's measure this one. I am going to get this set up here. Let me get my big shot here. Hopefully we can line it up. One of the most important things to have with this is tape. Move it up there. Sorry, it's very well loved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up just as if I was cutting. And you can...
Hey, Amy.
Hi, Amy. Okay, so you can use this tape. I really like the wall tape or wall safe tape. I don't know if sometimes this tape is sticky and sometimes it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up, and I am going to make sure that it does not move. Okay? And then we'll put the top on. Run it through. Now, it takes a little practice. I'm not always perfect at it, but it's a good trick to have in your arsenal. So I'm going to take this off. Now, I kind of want to keep things where they're at. I don't want to move them too much. So I have it right here. I'm going to hold on to this and kind of keep it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, well, it doesn't matter, but I try and keep it, and I'm going to slide it down. About, and you can feel it. You can feel it going into the edges, and I'll turn it over here in a second. I think that's pretty good. If I go down one more, it's going to be too much, so I'm going to stay right there. So you want to kind of line up, but I'm not going to go down that far. So I'm literally, so what I like to do is, you still see me, but I'm going to tape it. I really don't want it to move. And sometimes flipping it back over, I move it. Okay, there we go. I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to take another piece, and I'm going to tape this right here. Oh. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this around. Because what the point is when I feel this, and we all know that we feel it, when I feel this, I want to stop immediately because I don't want to recut over it. So all that's going to do is cut off that line and give me that scalloped edge. So I'm literally feel it, and then I'm going to go backwards. I think I went in too far, but you'll get the hang of it. You'll get the hang of it. So, there we have it. And like I said, you literally can do this with any die. So if you wanted to take the scallop die, see, let's take this one. You want to take the scallop die, and you don't want it that long. You only want it to about right here. What you're going to do is you're going to move this, since this is already cut. Flip it over, see how it's not in the grooves. I want to make sure it's in the grooves. Come back. I'm going to lay it on the table. Make sure I'm right. Actually, I'll cut this one for you just so you can see. And then I will let you all go. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Actually, it's getting ready to rain here, I think. Okay, let's do this one more time. Bring this back in. We'll move this one. Okay. So I am going to set this with the closest to the edge because all I want to do is I just want to feel this edge right here, and then I want to stop because I don't need to recut it, and sometimes when you recut it you're not lined up properly and it can make it look a little. So I'm gonna wait to feel it. See, that just told me, so I'm gonna go back. All right, I'm going to take my tape off. And there's your triangle. Now see, I did go a little bit far. That's fine, depending on what you're using it for, or we can just redo it again.
Strikes out.
Already. Oh, okay. All right, guys. If you have any questions, you watched the live, let me know. There are gonna be some new Card Basics guys come out that I'll go over again. Like I said, if you have any questions, I just briefly want to go through this. I will be back to you next Saturday for the release. Yay! So excited. And I will be working with a stencil showing you a couple of the new release, the new stencil. We'll be playing with that. So look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week. Thanks. Bye-bye. Matthew says bye. And QT.